Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've uploaded. I've got a lot longer hair and hopefully a lot more wisdom to go with it. And today I'm going to be previewing one of my favourite races to preview. There's a lot of unexposed horses always in this race and some potential superstars as well. None that have sort of classed themselves as a superstar yet, but there are definitely some unexposed horses that could really turn into quite special animals. So it's going to be a good ground derby. I think they're watering the track to make sure it's not too fast, but the weather this week is very dry and very warm. So yeah, a good ground derby should be ideal. Just a quick point on the make of the race. I think there's going to be quite a few horses that go forward. We've got sort of the classic Aidan O'Brien pacemakers, I'm sure will go forward. Gear Up, Lone Ingle, Southern Likes, they all like to be prominent. Bolshoi Ballet, obviously, he won last time from on the front. One Ruler likes to be forward. Hurricane Lane likes to be prominent. Max Sweeney made all to win the 1,000 guineas. So hopefully this means there won't be a repeat of last year where it gets stolen from the front, and this may actually suit the closers. Bolshoi Ballet is the short post favourite at about 6-4. He's been favourite since he won at Leopardstown, where it kicked impressively off the bends and made all to win by 6 lengths to Loft Derg, who is entered tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled tomorrow to see how he does and how that inevitably will affect Bolshoi's price. But for me, 6-4 is far too skinny. I think the form is relatively questionable. The day he won, horses that were on the front end did very well, and also, despite being bred to stay, given he's a brother to Southern France, I do have question marks whether he will stay given the amount of pace he did show. So yeah, I'm looking very much to take on Bolshoi Ballet. Max Sweeney is currently joint second favourite with High Definition. The two of them around 7-1. Max Sweeney, sorry if I've got the pronunciation wrong, won the 1,000 Irish Guineas and was sort of talked up as a potential derby horse last year. To me, having had a look through his form, everything comes on softer, heavy ground, and the form on good ground is really nothing to be too taken by at all, and it would not be derby winning class. And for that reason, given I think the ground's going to be good, he's one to avoid. High Definition, so he was installed as the short price favourite over the winter, having won the Beresfords in quite a bizarre style, coming from way off the pace to just sort of peak at the line. And he's a very long rangey horse, takes him a while to get going, so the longer distance of a mile 4 should suit. But he's long to the extent that the camber and the tight Tattenham corner might cause him quite a few troubles. So for me, 7-1 is a bit short for a horse who's mainly priced on reputation. So yeah, I'll be taking on both Max Sweeney and High Definition. Now, there are two horses I do actually quite like, both at 10-1, and that's John Leaper and Mo Hafif, who both won quite impressively at Newmarket last time out. John Leaper, he sort of burst onto the radar with a hugely impressive win at Newcastle, where he came from off the pace in a race where being on the front end seemed to suit, and yeah, won by sort of 5 lengths or so from a horse that has since come out and won. The issues with John Leaper, obviously, he looks a bit of a nutcase. Very keen at Newmarket next time out, and he hit the front pretty early, doing what looks like it could have been his own thing under William Buick. But what you can tell from both his starts is he does have bags of talent, and if he can settle, which it did look like he did during his Epsom sort of away day, he could well be worth a play at 10-1. I think the smaller crowds at Epsom will help him settle, as well as hopefully having a good pace to aim at, as mentioned before. And Mo Hafif, he beat Secret Protector really impressively last time out, whose form does tie in with some of the best of the British contenders. And yeah, he should get his ground, so there is not much for me against him. But yeah, I'll get on to which of those two to back at the end of this preview. Now, Third Realm at 14-1, he won the Lingfield Derby trial, which is a trial won by Anthony Van Dyke in the past, but it didn't hugely impress me. In the form of his comeback win as a 3-year-old on good firm didn't hugely impress me. The reason I say that is because Lingfield was actually on soft, which isn't the ground we're going to be encountering, and I'm happy to leave Third Realm. At about 20-1, there's Van Gogh. He may be going to France. So obviously the I wouldn't recommend him. But he also has form behind One Ruler, who is slightly bigger price. So if you are interested in Van Gogh and were disappointed by the fact he's not running, I would point you in the direction of One Ruler. And then a slightly bigger price, Gear Up is 66s with a few firms, and I think that's quite big each way. Like, he is a sort of a weak G1 class horse, and he has lots of stamina, so may well be suited by sort of a testing wrist, and may well stay on for a place. So yeah, Gear Up slightly big at 66 to 1. So to wrap things up, it's between Mo Hafif and John Leaper for me, and the way I play it is by waiting until 2 days before the race and watching the draw. And whichever one of those is drawn better. So ideally, in the higher numbers, you want to be around 9, 10, 11, whichever one of those is drawn too close there. And it would caveated with, of course, it doesn't affect their price too severely. Would be my pick. If either of them down store 1 or 2, it will be, I'll be leaving them, unfortunately. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for the draw, and make sure that Mo Hafif or John Leaper are close, and maybe if they're both drawn next to each other in 10 and 11, back them both. But yeah, that's my pick for the Derby. I hope you enjoy the race. Goodbye.